2 tires, it costs $100. He does it for me.
Amen.
Next one. $100. It saves us money. We don't have to have that back.
Why'd you then charge him?
Hey Clyde, we just missed whether the
What's up, everybody? This is Dave Z.
I'm Bree Molitor.
And I am currently going to get this live feed going on my phone so we can communicate with y'all. But welcome to the 2018 Northern Region's first race, sponsored by Nitro Gear and Axle.
That's right. We're here at Wildcat Offroad Park in Kentucky, about ready to kick off some bouncer racing. We had an awesome day of UTV racing yesterday and are looking forward to some high horsepower action coming at you. So we just wrapped up the drivers meeting and are getting everybody settled down in the pits and ready to get going. Dave found the live feed.
Yeah, just heard they just got done with the prayer at the drivers meeting and the national anthem. It was beautiful.
Y'all let us know where you're watching from and how everything looks and sounds on your end.
Well, looky who showed up to the party. What's up, Tiff? Tiff Porter. Her husband Jack is running second today. No, he's running first, isn't he? He's first on the list, but
I think we had a late entry that'll sneak in there in front of him.
Good morning, Christy. How you doing? Christy and I go back a ways.
Oh, that Christy?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Those 3 guys.
We finally have sunshine today. It's still very muddy, but it's not raining and it's not too cold. It's warming up. So.
Hey, Bree, can you walk these people through both hills? Some people are asking, is it just dirt hills or there rock?
Well, there is no dirt. Every dirt surface is mud right now. But so the first hill, I was out looking at them, is got a lot of ledges in it, kind of a stair-step hill. Rock ledges at the top, a good muddy launch ramp at the bottom. So there's definitely the potential for some pretty serious action on the first hill. And then second hill will be not the ledges, the stair-step ledges, but a pretty big rock ledge at the top.
Oh, for sure.
So it's going to be a lot of climbing going on, some steep stuff.
I noticed
potential for some air.
I noticed some drivers with some farmers and cut boggers in the rear with stickies up front. I know Bobby Tanner threw some boggers on early this morning when he just wanted to make sure the conditions were going to
took one look at the park.
Yeah, it was over. He goes, got to put these boggers on the rear.
Boggers on.
What's up, Shelby? How you doing? Said hello to Breezy, Mr. St. Clair.
Hello.
Chattanooga. So we got Tennessee, Kentucky. Where's everybody from?
Alabama, West Virginia.
We're just hanging out here
Florida.
in beautiful Kentucky. It is currently, what would you say, about 50 degrees out, 45 degrees out? And
sounds about right.
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up to about 65 degrees
It's quickly warming up now that the sun has finally come out. This morning was real cold.
Now look at that viewing area right there. There were a ton of people here yesterday for the UTV race, but this park is just about packed right now, full of people.
The hills here are so spectator friendly. I mean, as you can see down there, everyone's just lined up with a comfy seat, sitting in their trucks and UTVs and everything else that they brought. So, hello, Camp Crocker. Thanks for joining us.
Love old camp.
All right, so this is Gilbert Hollingsworth that is on the starting line right now, going to kick things off for us. And we had him in the trailer yesterday. after his run in the UTV race.
And what a UTV race he ran.
Yes, he was the first one out the gate, and he pulled off second for the day. So that was pretty impressive.
Right, his time held up for about
Yeah.
3/4 of the race. It was pretty spectacular.
Which, yeah, for being first on the hill.
And for those of you who don't know, Gilbert lives about 10 minutes from the park. So this is his backyard.
Yeah. So we're going to be pulling some drivers in to chat with us throughout the race today. If you've got anyone that you really want to hear from, let us know. We'll see if we can get them in here. And we should be just about ready to kick things off with Mr. Gilbert Hollingsworth. Anyone just joining us, we are at Wildcat Offroad Park, round 1 of the Northern Rock Racing Series. Kicking things off with Gilbert Hollingsworth. Well, he made short work of that.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it just very well may be a repeat of yesterday. That's a heck of a time. 23.27 seconds for Gilbert.
All right. We've got Jack Attack, Jack Porter on the line. One of the hardest working dudes out here. Josh Wolf, we did a quick interview with Paul Wolf yesterday. You can check that out on the SRS Facebook page. We had Stephen Robinson and Paul Wolf give us a little feedback from the K&M Mafia.
This is our guy right here. Old Jack Attack. The K&M Mafia.
Hey, that was a good run, Mr. Hollingsworth. 23.27, setting that bar way up there. The rest of these guys ain't got a lot of time to make up. They're going to have to hit it hard and fast to be even contending.
Aw, Tiffany, don't feel like that.
On the line, we got
Jack knows what he's doing.
Olive Branch, Mississippi, driving,
Jack's been working really hard on both Screaming Blue and Venom, getting them both running.
Sure has, man.
He had a time of getting that new motor, or that refurbished motor of Blues back in. Now, as most of you know, Jack has had a few problems in the past with the fuel mixture not getting hot enough. And when it's cold outside, Jack!
Well, that's disappointing.
So while the RCV recovery crew is getting Jack flipped back over, why don't you sit back, relax, press the share button a couple times, and we'll be back right after a few words from our sponsors.
No matter how big or tough the job gets, Alpha Specialties has the trailer that's right for you at a great price.
Whether you're hauling ATVs, bulldozers, or whatever, Alpha Specialties has a lot full of trailers to fit your needs and an experienced service team that'll never let you down. Alpha Specialties is your one-stop shop for quality trailers, parts, and service.
Now offering customized North Star truck beds starting at $1,700 and Mission aluminum enclosed trailers with a lifetime warranty. Whatever you're hauling, Alpha Specialties will get you there.
Now, if you guys haven't tapped into that gigabit off-road deal yet, it is ridiculously fun. And I know that Spider Off-Road, they typically have some contests going on and some heavy competition when it comes to it. Look, it's not going to cost you anything to just download it, play it, but I'm just warning you right now. You are warned, it's addictive as all get out, y'all. I mean, I'm a fan of Screaming Blue. Everybody that knows me knows that. And how cool is it that you could just pilot Screaming Blue?
He really does geek out a little bit because we ride with Jack here, towing Blue and Venom on the trailer.
Don't now. She's telling on me. She's telling on me now.
Dave loves it.
I get a little emotional. I mean, you got there's got to be something said about pulling the buggy that got you into Rock Mountain in the first place behind you to and from these events. So it's kind of special.
It is pretty fun, the looks that we get at all the gas stations and everything.
So all you Screaming Blue and Bobby Tanner fans out there, give us a shout out. Let us know where you're from.
Those of you asking about the UTV race yesterday, Tim Cameron won first, and then Gilbert Hollingsworth in second, and Paul Wolf third place.
You know the scary thing? I must have watched the replay last night of Timmy's run. The scary thing about his run is he probably left about 4 seconds on that hill, and he was just blistering fast. And we have Ryan Boyd on the line.
Look at old Zach Garner sauntering around out there.
Yeah, you know, Zach's looking a little bit different, isn't he? I don't know if he wants us talking about it, but I'm telling you right now, take a look at Zach on the left side of your screen right there. Zach looks like he's down about 40 pounds now. It's Zach Light right now.
Zach Light. Looks like we've got some Bobby Tanner Screaming Blue fans checking in with us. We love hearing from you guys. Thanks for the comments.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big show, the 2018 NRRS Round 1, sponsored by Nitro Gear and Axle, and you are hanging out with Dave and Bree in East Bernstadt, Kentucky, at Wildcat Offroad Park. Welcome, 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 everybody.
Ryan Boyd on the line. He is our third driver today, so if you're just joining us, you haven't missed much. Jack Porter had an unfortunate tip over.
Yes.
In Venom. It's been said that buggy will roll over on command. So
Someone said something about a fainting goat.
a fainting goat.
Yeah.
Venom just falls over. But Jack was, man, he was doing his best to work that thing up the hill.
I tell you what.
You know what? Who wants to see Jack and Screaming Blue again, like at Windrock?
It's true, Tiffany. Yeah, he's not going to get me back. Zach and I have a little competition going. And I'm down 21 pounds, Tiff, and he's smoking me.
I had a cookie for breakfast.
Yeah, she really she's twisting the knife.
From Matt Holt. Thank you, Matt Holt, for sharing your chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, speaking of Matt Holt, I talked with him this morning. I really can't speak in detail about his buggy that is currently under construction.
Can anybody speak in detail?
Well, actually, I can, but I won't.
Okay.
Because
All right.
he made me promise. It looks amazing. It really, really, really does. The most I can say about Matt's buggy right now is it's going to be a little bit different than everything else out there. It's pretty neat. It'll stand out in the crowd.
Okay.
All right, that's all I'm going to say.
That's exactly what Matt needs.
Yes.
All right, Ryan Boyd is on the course.
Come on, Ryan. And it looks like Ryan is out the top. He's out the top with a 60.63 second run. All right. Everybody out there, I want you to pay attention because we have hometown heroes stepping up to the line. I believe we have the outlaw himself, Mr. London, Kentucky, 2018. Mr. Clayton Hollingsworth is on the line. You and Clayton.
Let's see if he beats his son Gilbert Hollingsworth.
Yeah, we have a.
It's always fun to
look at that
a little
thing.
competition.
In Timmy Cameron's own words, this outlaw buggy is one hill killing beast.
Wow, we have people watching from all over the place right now. Italy, Indonesia, Ohio. Looks like possibly somebody from France, Uruguay.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you guys can do us one favor.
Honduras. So hello to everybody. Thanks for checking in with us. We love to hear where you're from.
And we're really hoping that you guys can just do us one favor, and that's hit the share button for us. If you want to support these drivers, you love the drivers in the sport, share it.
That buggy sounds good.
We've got a new leader, ladies and gentlemen, with a 20.90 second run.
Nicely done, Mr. Hollingsworth.
Now, Matt Schisler is heading to the line, and that buggy is, y'all are going to hear something right now, because this blown motor, nothing out there sounds like it.
He's probably going to be rattling the trailer here.
Yeah.
We're sitting hillside. I mean, the show is called Hillside Live. We kind of have to be on hillside, but we get to hear all the buggies.
You're looking at about
personal.
1,200 horsepower right there.
We're gonna pause for a second. They got a
So, pay attention to this crazy sound. Hey, I appreciate you guys sharing this.
They'll let us know as soon as the track goes hot, and we'll hit another one.
All over the world. You guys are going to hear this all over the world. My name's Dave Z, and you're hanging out with me and Bree Molitor at the 2018 Northern Rock Racing Series Round 1, sponsored by Nitro Gear and Axle.
We've got Matt Schisler on the line.
I talked to his camp last night. He brought out some expert help. We got John Campbell to talk him up.
About to show us some mean horsepower on this hill.
Now we know that this buggy can do it. Let's see if Matt can just hold it.
That's a lot of horsepower to control. Nicely done, Matt.
That's impressive, Mr. Schuessler.
22.19 is Matt's time.
That's a 22.19.
And it,
That's up there, brother.
now do we have, I'm thinking that we have Mr. Goforth stepping up to the line. Goforth Tires, Scott Goforth and the Rum Runner.
Come to the line. We got Scott Goforth Tires. Woo! Yeah. We all love Scott. You don't know Scott.
Now, I was hanging out with Scott before the race and asked him if he was going to throw on some boggers in the rear, and he said, I don't need any boggers. I got some Goforth stickies, some Goforth cut stickies all the way around. That's all I need. So we are going to see what those Goforth stickies can do.
Those of you asking where we are at Wildcat Offroad Park in East Bernstadt, Kentucky this weekend for the opener of the northern segment of our Rock Racing Series.
And it looks like my brother from the Finish Line Truck Wash just tuned in. How you doing, brother? Good morning, good morning. All right, the course is hot right now, ladies and gentlemen. In a moment, you're going to see the Rum Runner try to beat Mr. Clayton Hollingsworth's time.
Ready.
Let it hang out. It's hot. Let's see what you got. Hit it hard.
And Scott Goforth
Not bad.
throws a respectable run of 27.50 seconds.
5027.50. Thank you, Mr. Goforth. Goforth Tires. He helps out all these drivers. A lot of this couldn't be done without him. He cuts some heck of deals. He sells some awesome tires.
Jamie Cold Iron, you're right, the weather is a lot better today. Still a little chilly out here. The mud hasn't all dried up, but we've got sunshine, so we are happy. And the promise of even warmer weather later this afternoon.
Probably on the hills.
Those of you watching, thanks so much for joining us here on Hillside Live. You're hanging out with Dave and Bree. if you want to come to one of these events in person and see what all of this is like up close and personal, go to the SRS.rocks website. You can find all the event schedules for the rest of the season there, and hopefully find one that's near you and make your plans to come for the weekend and check it all out. It's I mean, I know the show is awesome, right? But it's even that much better in person.
That's right. And if this buggy looks familiar to you, well, it should, because it won 2 national championships. This is unfinished business, a TC built buggy, and Tim Cameron built it, won 2 national titles with it. Brandon Davis picked it up, and him being one of the most consistent drivers in the pack, it's going to be one heck of a season.
We got a TC buggy and it does work. Got a little unfinished business.
Brandon Davis with a time of 24.24.
That's 24-24, folks.
Nice smooth run.
Going into hill 1.
And Brandon is currently sitting in second place overall in the national point standings right
Have
now.
that low number. Because if you shoot number 2 fast, that puts you on the number 1 spot. That's what we're all looking for. Lining up, we got Steven Robinson. We got Raging Hormones. Hornet. Raging Hornet. My bad. We got a lot of horsepower.
And we've got Steven Robinson. Is that Steven Robinson in the Raging Hornet, or is it Nick? All right, it looks like Steven is piloting the Raging Hornet right now. But I got a feeling that on Hill 2 we may see Nick Campbell step on, and they've been racing as a team this year. And for those of you just tuning in, this 2018 National Rock Racing, or the Northern Rock Racing Series Round 1, sponsored by Nitro Gear and Axle.
And guys, I'm sure you've heard us say it before, but the cameras never ever do the hills justice. It's steep, it's muddy, the rock ledges at the top. There's a little bit of everything out here today, so don't be fooled into thinking that this hill is less than it is just because these awesome drivers are laying down some great times. It's a serious hill out there. Both of them are.
Right, so we are on Hill 1. We are about a quarter of the way done. Well, not even a quarter of the way done Hill 1. We are racing 2 hills today. All right, everybody. While we are hashing something out, why don't you sit back, relax. We're going to go straight to a commercial, come right back after this.
Eliminate burnt plug wires forever with Excel Ceramic Spark Plug Wires. High temperature double silicone construction makes them ideal for turbocharged and supercharged engines or any car with headers. Find a set for your application today at excel-ignition.com.
Raw power, we crave. Hammer down, throttle open. Nitro knows differentials, and Nitro knows power. With a range of parts to meet all needs. Quality of all conditions.
The
affordable EFI is in sight. Now with Sniper EFI from Holley. Easy to install, self-tunes, and replaces most 4-barrel carbs. Forget cold start issues, hesitations, vapor lock, and flooding. Get big performance starting at just $999.95. Sniper EFI.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2018 Northern Rock Racing Series, Round 1, sponsored by Nitro Gear and Axle. My name's Dave Z.
I'm Bree Molitor, and we're here at Wildcat Offroad Park in East Kentucky. Mr. Stephen Robinson just taking off the line here.
He just needs to get his right foot working.
If you guys want to hear a quick interview from Paul Wolf about their Can-Am Mafia UTV racing, you can check that out from yesterday. It's on the NRRS Facebook page. Get to know the drivers a little bit better. Steve's having a little trouble out there right now. For those of you just joining us, I am Bree Molitor here with Dave Z, and we are bringing you Hillside Live here at Round 1 of the Northern Rock Racing Series and Wildcat Offroad Park in Kentucky.
And what a beautiful off-road park it is, and the weather couldn't be much more perfect. It couldn't be more cooperative if we asked it to be. While we're getting Steve Robinson dialed in, we're just going to take a really short break and be back right after this.
Daddy said sit down, listen to my words. Life's full of ups and downs, you'll fall and you'll learn. Don't waste your time on mistakes. Take time for yourself, figure it out. Life is good, my son. As long as I'm alive, I'll be by your side. Yeah, follow your heart, my son.
What's up, everybody? You are watching Hillside Live. I'm Bree Molitor.
I'm Dave Z.
And we're here at Wildcat Offroad Park in East Bernstadt, Kentucky, kicking off the Northern Rock Racing Series, round 1 today. We've had, about half of our drivers go so far on Hill 1. There are 2 hills, and we've had a couple DNFs. We had one tip over. I'm not going to call it a rollover because it really wasn't.
No.
Venom just kind of gave up and laid over.
That's right.
Poor
and
guy.
for those of you who are just tuning in, recap of our stats. We have currently Mr. Clayton Hollingsworth, local hero, with a 20.90 second run. Matt Schisler, with that beast of his, is sitting in second place currently with a 22.19. Clayton's son, Gilbert Hollingsworth, with a 23.27 in third place. And Brandon Davis, piloting unfinished business, with a 24.24 second run. Scott Goforth and Run Rummer. Yeah.
Something like that.
I do it every time, with a 27.50. And Ryan Boyd with a 60.63. We have 2 DNFs did not finish, with Ryan Boyd and Jack Porter. So stay tuned. We've got a ton of action coming up. We got Jamie Whitaker hanging out on the line.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jamie racing in a while. Maybe I just haven't been at the same events as him.
We got my buddy Tal. What's up, Tal Touchstone? How you doing, buddy? Hey, Mark Bishop, what am I, chopped liver? Huh?
So we've had some people asking about the team racing and how that works. So now might be a good time to talk about that just a little bit. So drivers can sign up as a team for the events, and the way it works is they have to run the same buggy on that day. You know, they can switch throughout the season if they want to, but whatever they start the day in, that's the buggy that they have to finish in. So we talked about Steven Robinson and his
Nick Campbell
running mate. Yes,
that's right.
Might be sometimes, or they'll usually do one will do one hill and then they'll switch, and the other will finish hill 2. So my dad and I have done that before.
Sure.
You know, it's a way to both be able to participate in the race if you've only got one buggy. So if you guys are curious about any more of the rules, the specifics, how the points work, you can always go to srs.rocks. All that kind of information is on there. If you want to race and you think you got what it takes, go to the website. You can register per event there. You can find all the safety requirements and make sure that you have what you need, and you can come out here and join. And we always love to see new people.
That's right.
New drivers coming out and joining us and coming into the Rock Bouncing family.
And as far as srs.rocks goes, you can check it for our schedule, for the drivers' profiles, for all of the standings, not just for this National Points Cup Series, but for the Bounty Series, the UTV class, Bouncer class, et cetera, et cetera. You can also we've had a ton of people ask us questions about where can I get some swag, some shirts, hats, et cetera. SRRS.rocks.
Cool merch like this. Although if you want this kind of stuff, you have to come to an event. But if you want apparel, head to the website. And then for some of the other fun stuff, like the cups, like the hero cards for the drivers, then you got to come to an event.
Well, how about this Ford motor, baby? All right, where are all my Ford people at? Jamie Whitaker. And a respectable run from Jamie Whitaker with a 35.11 second run.
That's a 35.11. That's 35.11. Good to Jamie Whitaker. Good run.
Now this next buggy should look familiar to you. It's the Predator buggy. Sam Carter ran it last year, and Blake Schultz is running it this year.
Blake Schultz in the Predator buggy.
And those are brand new cut boggers. I mean, brand spanking new. They hit the ground for the first time today. And when I say they're cut as far as they'll go too. They are beautiful. Man, all Blake needs to do is get up both hills today. That's his mission. Blake having a little bit of trouble. I think we're gonna get with him a little bit later. See what was going on with the buggy. That buggy works a whole lot better than what y'all just have witnessed.
Yeah, he was having a little trouble there. He came out top with time of 8:04.72. But if his goal is just to finish both hills, then he's already halfway done.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Mr. Randall Key in that rage buggy on the line. You and Randall go back, don't you, Bree?
We do. Randall is one of the first people that I met racing. One of the OG crew from back when Southern Rock Racing Series just started. Randall and his awesome. I always have to give Wendy a shout out.
Yes.
So bringing the family out, and she's so much fun to be with, and she is such a big part of racing with Randall, so always enjoy spending time with him.
Come on, Randall.
Now, anybody who's not familiar with Mr. Randall Key, he is paralyzed from the waist down, and he drives his buggy completely with hand controls. That's brake, throttle, rear steer, shifts with his elbow once in a while, I think. I've heard. It's crazy. It's amazing what he can make this buggy do.
You see Bobby Tanner walking up to get him through this. Bobby Tanner wants him out the top just as bad as anybody. It looks like he's broke. He was on track. This is just disappointing. This is disappointing. Randall wanted to be in the top 3. I spoke with him last week, and he was so adamant about ending up on that podium, and this is just incredibly disappointing for so many people who follow Randall Key. That's right, Josh Reed. He was having a heck of a run.
Chris, some of the buggies do have rear steer. Not all of them, but some of them do.
Now, for those of you who may not have caught what Bree was saying about Randall, he is paralyzed from the waist down and uses hand controls for everything, for the throttle, for the rear steer, for braking, everything he's using hand controls for. I was able to capture a video earlier this morning. You'll be able to see it on Randall's social media page of him, how he gets into the buggy. He has a pretty neat chair.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
Yeah, it's like a lift wheelchair with tracks. It's freaking amazing. And it's pretty amazing what this gentleman does just to get here. And he's only missed a couple of races in 7 years.
He is one of the most dedicated drivers and that has been in this sport for, since the beginning.
For sure, for sure. And it looks like we're going to have Roland Kirkus, the patriarch of the Kirkus Circus, on the line after Randall comes on down.
Say Kirkus Circus.
I mean, who doesn't? Say Kirkus Circus a few times. It's better than Rum Runner. It trips me up every time.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we had a mechanical failure. We're going to check it out, evaluate, and see if we can do it. He always does.
And there he is.
Anybody just joining us, you're watching Hillside Live with Bree Molitor and Dave Z. We're here at Wildcat Offroad Park in East Bernstadt, Kentucky.
Coming down that hill is Mr. Bobby
We
Tanner.
are about halfway through our driver list for Hill 1 so far today, enjoying some sunshine finally. Randall Key just got off the hill, unfortunately broke right at the top, and we've got Roland Kirkus on the line.
And if you haven't done it yet, we only ask of one thing. We're not asking for your money. We're just asking you to hit that share button. If you love what these drivers do, you respect what they do, if you love the sport, heck, if this is your first time watching the sport, hit that share button for us. So what do you think of Wildcat Offroad Park, Bree?
This place is pretty cool. This is my first time here, and I like the setup. They've got a nice parking lot. No, not having to try and wrangle a spot in the mud on the side of the road somewhere.
They've got caves and waterfalls throughout the park. So for trail riding, I mean, just coming to the park from the interstate, it's apparent that they're all about this park. Well, Roland made that look easy with a 29.16 second run. Now, a lot of people out there are asking, why do they call it the Kirkus Circus? Well, it's a family affair. Roland has his wife out here, and two of his sons race with him in the UTV class. Welcome, everybody, to the 2018 Northern Rock Racing Series Round 1, sponsored by Nitro Gear and Axle. My name's Dave Z, and I'm hanging out with Bree Molitor here at Wildcat Offroad Park. And we've got it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He's leading the National Series. Good gracious alive. Bubba Bacon with a 22.98.
Nicely done.
And that puts him into third place in back of Clayton Hollinsworth and Matt Schisler. Clayton with a 20.90. Matt Schisler with a 22.19.
Bubba Bacon was the only one to climb the waterfall last weekend, too. That was pretty fun to watch.
Absolutely. And Bubba is currently sitting in first place for the National Cup.
All right, Mr. is on the line.
If y'all like TBR, if you know what TBR is, Team Bacon Racing, if you're a TBR fan, give them a shout out. Holler at them in the comments below. Show them some love. Big Block Nation, baby. We going postal now with Will Stewart.
Oh. A little bit of a lawn dart there. And taking out a banner. I think Will might have lost his line just a little bit coming off that first little launch there. Getting back in it now.
Nice. Will in the Gone Postal Buggy out the top with a 33.77. Now, we're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to be back in a couple of seconds right after this.
Power, progression, determination, innovation, experience, speed. We are Super ATV with industry-leading suspension, heavy-duty Rhino brand axles, and all-out performance tuning. Let Super ATV fuel your off-road passion. Visit superatv.com. Bring your old iron furniture back to life. Add some flair to your custom hot rod. No job is too small or too big for Rick's Powder Coating. Rick's Powder Coating. Start with a great finish.
Nitro Gear and Axle offers one of the nation's widest variety of top quality differential and axle parts for nearly all makes and models, including a huge list of industry exclusive Toyota applications. Nitro's state-of-the-art machining and heat-treated processes produce stronger, longer-lasting, and easier to install parts. From competitive rock crawlers to daily drivers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the godfather of rock bouncing on the line, Mr. Bobby Tanner and Screaming Blue. Y'all ready for this? Who's ready for some Tanner time? If you love Bobby Tanner, if you love what Bobby Tanner stands for, give him a shout out. Share this thing right now, people. Outstanding run for Bobby Tanner with a 26.17.
That's a 26.17.
Now, for those of you who know Bobby Tanner and have been following Bobby Tanner, you know how hard it was to control himself on that hill. Typically, he would just put his foot down and he would have just let the cards fall where they may, but Bobby Tanner is in the points race. He's currently 5th overall. He needs to get up both of these hills today. That was his goal. And he showed some serious restraint. Now, Brady just walked in here.
Oh no, I just dug up this guy wandering around the trailer. He said something about he's in like first place currently on this hill.
I think so.
Mr. Clayton Hollinsworth, how's it going?
It's going great. Feel good. I got me a whopping 12 minutes of sleep last night. I'm ready to go.
You live the closest to the park out of everybody. How did you not get any
I went
sleep?
to bed at 5:18. Ruby had the clock set for 5:30, and I woke up. God.
You're just so excited that you couldn't sleep or something?
People,
No, we was doing stuff.
That's racing.
We've got Clayton Hollingsworth in the trailer, the outlaw himself.
If you've got questions for Clayton, put them in the comments.
We've got Timmy Sorensen from Timmy Chuck Racing in Hillbilly Deluxe.
More left.
A little off course there.
I think you can actually feel the ground shaking in here.
Right? All right, we have Clayton Hollingsworth in here. Let's get some questions for Clayton. And Timmy Chuck with a 49.81 run.
All right, Clayton, what are your thoughts on this hill? I mean, it looks like it's just going to keep getting nastier and nastier the further we go down the line here.
I don't think this hill is. It's not that bad, but it's a good challenge hill. But now the hill number 2 is going to get real challenging at the end of the day. It's going to be a good one.
All right, we've got Sam Carter in a TC built buggy. We got him in plum buck. He's one of our most exciting. He's got not a care in the world. He doesn't care. He is going to put on a show.
We have a question asking Clayton what shot of nine he's running.
It's just a 75 shot, to help spool it up real quick, but very seldom ever have to use it. But
Somebody asked, since you've been up this hill today, is it steeper than it looks?
oh Lord, yeah, it looks like it's level. When sitting over here, actually sitting so far away from it, it don't look that bad. But yeah, the ledges is 2 and 3. One of them's 4 foot tall up there if we have to get over, but it's pretty tough. It's a good hill. It's hard to pick a good hill. SRS does a good job picking hills for us. That is a major job, trying to find the right hills.
Clyde doesn't like to let you guys get comfortable. He likes to change it up every time.
I like it too. He picks some good hills. Question: what's my favorite TV show? That's easy. The Bold and the Beautiful. Yeah, #1 show.
That's right. Look at Sam. Come on now, Sam, working that rear steer.
Good job. I know
I told you he was going to put on a show, y'all.
Come on, Sam, get plumbed up. We'll see you doing.
Now, is that one TC's and buggies?
Yeah, that was TC's old trail rig, old plum buck.
I swear you can feel this trailer vibrating when these guys get up.
Oh yeah. When you came through and when Matt Schisler came through, it was violent up in here.
Rattling the trailer.
Hey, them big farmers let throw some mud now.
All right, Clayton, we've got a couple more questions while Sam's getting him working that rear steer out there. We got, what size engine do you run and what horsepower are you putting out?
It's actually it started out with an LS2, but pretty much stock motor. It's got just a little bit done to it with the blower on it, pumping a lot of air to it. And on the dyno, it made 700 horsepower, but it made 700 foot-pounds of torque. That's what I was after. So, the motor holds together. I run its guts out. I mean, it's and never had a bobble out of it. So for
What
in Tim Cameron's words, it is a sick hill-killing machine.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
He said that?
Yes, he did. Last week.
Are you lying?
Tell him. He actually watched you run and said it was one of the sickest hill-killing machines he's seen.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Bless his heart. He must be wanting something.
Clay, we got someone else asking how you like your straight axle in the rear versus a independent.
So far, I'm not loving it. I've been struggling. First race, we come in second in Texas, and then Windrock, it just did not handle good at all. You know, I pulled a Timmy. I don't even know what place I finished. I got mad and left. But,
speaking of Timmy.
Uh-oh, Timmy on the line?
Yeah, we've got Timmy on the line, I believe. And Timmy's focused right now. Timmy had some bad luck in Texas. And let's see if he has that buggy dialed in.
He's got his big tires on the back.
Yes,
so,
sir.
We'll see what he does. I think his buggy is uglier than mine. It's a good machine, but yeah.
It's got the right color. Got the right color, don't it?
Yeah, they're not built for looks.
Clayton, here's another question. Are you planning on changing chassis or cage to the newer style, speaking of looks? Or they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I built the buggy to be so ugly that people look at it and say, what the heck is that? You know, and then they do. You know, they come.
Like a train wreck, they can't look away.
First race ever took it to, I don't even know where we was at. Stony Lonesome. I mean, I was first race I've been to there, and people would walk up to it, what's this big pile of junk? You know, look at this ugly thing. But after the race was over, they all piled around it and said,
Right.
And for those of you who are just tuning in, to my right over here, we have Mr. Clayton Hollingsworth. Currently, he is the leader on Hill 1 with a time of 20.90, followed by Matt Schisler with a 22.19. And in third place is Mr. Clayton Hollingsworth's son, Gilbert Hollingsworth, who put on one heck of a show yesterday, didn't he, Clayton?
Yes, he did.
What did you think about that performance?
He done great. You know, first right out of the bat, mud was deep. It dried up a little through the end of the day. Made all the turns quick. But, you know, like I said, Timmy beat him down the downhills a little bit faster. You could actually see it, you know, but he was a little faster on some of the uphills in the last turn. But, you know, just got him by barely. But, you know, he done a good job.
And for having to go first, too, you know, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it does, especially when it's so thick with mud. And trying to get lost out there, finding the course. It's a long course.
Amen. It was a heck of a course. I thought that it was, from a spectator standpoint, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
It was a really exciting course.
Yes, it was. It was good. A lot of spectators here on Friday. Man, there was a lot of
y'all brought them out with you.
They're catching on.
Kentucky loves some UTV action.
Yeah, I bet you they're going to you'll see a lot of outlaw shirts today. People call me like crazy, man, wanting to know, well, how do I get one of them hats with that shirt? I'm going to get me one. I'm going to stand over there and watch, see who the fifth person.
Why don't you tell them how to get an outlaw shirt?
Get an outlaw shirt. Merry Christmas to sell them at is it the SRS trailer up there?
Yeah, we have it at the SRS trailer, and if you're at home and you want to get an outlaw shirt, just go to srrs.rocks. We've got outlaw shirts. You can check the standings. You can see where Clayton's sitting in the standings. If you're following any of your favorite drivers, you can learn about them in the driver's profile. But there are certain things that you can only get at the race. We have these things called hero cards. And what these hero cards are, they're reminiscent of the old baseball cards. We've got one with Clayton Hollingsworth and the buggy. You can learn all about it. It has all the specs of the buggy. Tell you a little bit about Clayton on them. Pretty neat things. You can only get those here at the race.
I don't know, do they sell them up there? Does she sell them?
Yes, sir.
And at Windrock, you know, I went to get somebody something to eat that was with me. I walked over to get them something to eat, and I was gone for 2 hours signing those. You know, the kids was coming up, and I was gone. I said, well, I never did get them nothing to eat, but we got the kids signed. They was happy about it.
Start carrying Sharpies in your pocket, huh?
Yeah, we found some Sharpies.
We've got a couple people asking.
Oh, we got them.
That's fast. And he breaks the beam at 22.95, which catapults him ahead one of the Hollingsworths into third place.
He didn't get you though, Clayton.
I had my fingers crossed and my toes crossed, but I'm sure he did too. Yeah. Question: what's the best thing about Timmy? Probably his mother and his sister. They're really good people. Timmy's great too. He's a pure gentleman. I like harassing him. He knows I love him, but I give him heck.
Somebody wants to know what kind of tranny you're using.
It's a Power Glide.
We've got the other half.
Power Glide 2-speed.
We've got the other half of TBR, Team Bacon Racing, on the line. We've got Timothy Bacon on the line, y'all. Do we have any big block fans?
Right there. See his front tires bounce off of it? It's
and Timothy out the top with a respectable 38.93.
You know, last year it was so heartbreaking to come here with a blowed up motor. You know, pull the buggy in, people was coming up, drove from Alabama, Ohio State. We come to see that boat, the motor's gone. But that was you talk about a sour taste in your mouth. You know, I ordered the motor from Turnkey Engine Supplies. They sent it to me, unpalleted it, put it on, no oil pressure. The motor was blowed up, completely burnt, destroyed. When they dynoed it, they had a made in China sticker in the oil pump pickup. So we tore the motor apart. Lewis Roberts Motor Works built that motor in one day. He picked it up Tuesday, brought it back to me Wednesday. I put it in Thursday, went to AOP and raced it, and
that's how we do.
Now we are coming to the end of Hill 1, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, open up them eyes. We got Adam Ringer and Showgirl on that line. Old Showgirl, she's been around, hadn't she?
Yes.
One of the most.
Adam was saying she was old, and I said she's a classic.
That's right. One of the most popular rentals as well.
You know, Showgirl used to have a giant 4x4 Nation sticker on the top of the roof.
And what happened to that?
I don't know. Somewhere over the years it got lost. Maybe I can dig up another one for Adam. I'm sure he would love that.
So you've got the farmers on the back in the law.
Speaking your language, huh?
Oh yeah.
Now we are coming to the end of Hill 1, but guess what? We've got another hill in store. And it looks like Adam's out the top with a 64.56. 64.56. And let's get confirmation that that was it. If it is, we will be back in an hour or so with Hill 2. But currently, before you sign off, we're not done with Clayton Hollingsworth, are we? We are going to come back with Clayton Hollingsworth right after these messages. Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time. Welcome back, everybody. to the 2018 Northern Rock Racing Series Round 1 here at Wildcat Offroad, sponsored by Nitro Gear and Axle. Sitting to my right is the lovely Bree Molitor, and to her right is the lovely Clayton Hollinsworth. How you doing, Clayton?
I'm doing all right. It's been a
Never
long
been
night.
described as lovely,
Yeah,
have you?
lovely. I'll take it.
That's right. And what a Hill 1 it's been.
It was a good hill.
Well, guess what? We have the winner of Hill 1 sitting next to us. And
It feels good to get that monkey off your back, man. Last 2 races ain't been too good for me, so
yes,
I'm glad
sir.
to get it.
So how was it? How was that hill for the folks just tuning in?
The hill was great. It's a lot rougher than it looks. You know, like I say, the ledges is tough, but it turned out to be a real good challenge, good for the spectators to watch.
Now, Clayton was the odds-on favorite to win both of these hills just because. How far do you live from Wildcat Offroad Park?
I could probably throw a rock across the hill, you know. Yeah.
So this is pretty much his backyard.
I think we need to have all the races here.
Yeah.
All the races here?
All the races need to be here at Wildcat.
That's funny because I want them all to be in Tennessee, so.
Yeah, usually it's a 12-hour drive, you know, 14 sometimes, 8, 6, but yeah, and this is an awesome park. It's like 3 minutes off the interstate. You know, exit 49, boom, you're here. We got plenty good camping, plenty parking.
I'm kind of hoping that once we wrap things up today, I'm going to go take the Razor out and try out some of these trails that everyone's been talking about. I want to drive something. I watch you guys drive stuff all day. I want to go drive something.
I think I've been here one time razor riding, you know, one time.
See how it goes on a race day.
Busy, man.
Yeah.
We just haven't got time to do nothing.
And before we sign off, did you have a question
we
for
do
him?
have one more persistent question asking about your changing to a straight rear axle versus the NRRS.
Like I said, right now I'm not happy at all with it. If the independent would have done super good here, you know, on some certain hills, but some certain hills the straight axle will do better. But, you know, we put the straight axle in it, got the shocks out of the box, put them on it. We ain't touched them. Actually took them off the little buggy and put the ORIs back on just because we can't keep it on the ground. But we're going to get a guy to come in and tune them for us, and hopefully he'll be here in a couple months. You know, fly in, and we're going to get our shocks tuned.
Is it Phil?
Yes.
Phil gonna do it? Yeah,
Yes.
he did the event.
Yeah.
So before we sign off, is there anybody that you'd like to thank, sir?
Sure. You know, mainly the old man above, you know, for letting me get up this morning and getting out here to play. And Tom Woods Drive Shaft sent me a free drive shaft, so man, I'm excited about that.
And if there's anybody out there that wants to sponsor the Outlaw, there's a space or two on that buggy, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, there's probably a pretty good spot on there for anybody's name. You know, SCS would be great.
So if you're
I'm running a transfer case that's whining right now, so you know I would love to have one in it, but maybe if I win a few races, I can afford to get
all
one.
right.
But,
Now,
yeah.
Well, I think you're on the right track, Clayton.
and lastly, I have one more, Bree, if you don't mind. How is Hill 2 going to stack up next to Hill 1? Talk to me.
Man, I would give my right arm to have the first number on that hill. I'd love to get on that thing first. Yes, it's a bad hill. It's going to be tough. I'd like to get a shot on it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Outstanding. So, Clyde, when are we going to be back? When can everybody expect Hill 2 to crack off? 12:15 Eastern time. So, in about an hour, 12:15 Eastern, 11:15 Central time, we're going to be back live with Hill 2 here at Wildcat Offroad Park. Hope you enjoyed it. From everybody here at Hillside Live, I've been Dave.
I'm still Bree.
And this one,
Clayton Hollinsworth.
the Outlaw himself. God bless. We'll see you in about an hour.